what a surprise. I'm having a green smoothie. You like my breast? How many women can do that? Can women do that? That, eh? Bum, 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 bum. Playdates. They're an abomination. I hate playdates. I mean, who came up with the idea of playdates anyways? It had to have been a woman. It could not have been a man. No man in his right mind would have come up with playdates. We don't care. It's just not in our thinking or process. It just would never have registered. I mean, when I was a kid, there was no such thing as playdates. Basically, after breakfast, you were kicked out of the house. You weren't allowed back in until dinner time. And in between that, you had to find somebody to play with. You would be outside. It would be 40 below. It would be 100 degrees, whatever. It didn't matter. You just had to find somebody to play with. So you would knock on Johnny's door and see if he wanted to come out and play. Or you would find a group of kids out in the street and either they'd play with you or they would beat you up. I mean, that was the way it was back when I was a kid. Back in the good old days. Yeah, but today now, it's totally different. The first time I heard about playdates was I was in the park with my daughter at the time. She was like 2 years old. My son wasn't born yet. He was still in his mother's tummy, waiting to come out any moment now. And yeah, so I'm in the park, you know, with my daughter, just finished having a cigarette, and she's in the stroller having a nap, and bumped into another parent, and we started talking, and she was, you know, said, hey, you know, we should have a play date one day. And I looked at her and I said, you and I, a play date? Oh, all right, I like this place, man. Well, heck, you know, the kids are napping right now. We'll just put them in the shade. There's a pretty secluded bush over there. We could have a play date right now, you know, 5 minutes. That's all we need. I mean, that's all I need anyways, so... No, I don't mean that. I mean a play date with our kids. Our kids having a play date. Hey, you are sick. They're only like 2 years old. Anyhow, that was my introduction to play dates. So I remember when my son had his first big play date. Excuse me for a second here. It was with, I'm going to make these names up for the sake of the story. It was with Johnny, and the mother's name was Susie. Now, Susie, this was pretty amazing what happened here. I remember Susie before she was a mother. I remember her before she was married in college. And I mean, she used to be a drunken hoe. She could drink any man under the table. And I mean, literally, she could drink any man under the table. Yeah, and now here she is, like Mother Teresa on steroids. She's perfect. Drove me crazy, too. And so, yeah, she comes up to the house with Johnny, and she's got a bag full of stuff for the play date. And I open the door, she's all like bright and, hi, how's it going? Oh, isn't this so exciting? Our kids are having play dates. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Johnny, I just want to let you know he's allergic to peanuts, so he can't have anything with nuts in them. And I'm thinking, oh, shit, I just made a whole stack of peanut butter and jam sandwiches. I guess that's going to the squirrels. Oh, and also, he needs to take these capsules before he eats. He can't digest his food. He doesn't have any enzymes. Oh, and here's his puffer. He's got asthma. And at this point, I'm looking at Johnny and I'm thinking, how are you even alive? And then she goes, oh, and I noticed you've got stairs in the house. Oh, here's a helmet. When he plays inside, put the helmet on, because I wouldn't want him to fall down the stairs without a helmet on. I'm thinking, oh, okay. And she goes, okay, I'll be back by 6 o'clock. Have a great time, guys. I go, oh, yeah, we'll have a great time. Go fuck yourself. Anyhow, so the mother leaves. I close the door. Johnny's about to put the helmet on, and I'm, you know, helmets, eh? Here's the deal. When I was a kid, we didn't have helmets. We didn't wear helmets. If you put a helmet on for whatever reason, whether it was to ride your bike or go on your skateboard or whatever it was, that was a sign of weakness, man. You would get the shit kicked out of you. So you didn't wear a helmet. It just wasn't an option. But now, today, I mean, kids wear helmets for everything. It's cool to wear a helmet. I mean, I make my kids wear a helmet. What can I say? Like but yeah, I mean, sorry. He's putting on his helmet so he can play inside. And I look at him, I said, Johnny, if you put that helmet on, I will personally beat the shit out of you. And so, okay, so he threw the helmet to the ground. You know, he just didn't know how to take me, right? So I said, okay, kids, listen, we've got a great day ahead of us. It's called Clean Daddy's Garage. Let's go. And so they go running out the back. And oh, by the way, don't lean against the asbestos on the walls there. You know, just stay away from that. And later on, I'll call you in for lunch. And so, yeah, later on, you know, they're out there cleaning up, having the time of their life. They're dust all over them, chemicals all over them, you know. But they're just having a blast, man. They're just being kids, you know. And then I called them in for lunch, peanut butter and jam sandwiches. And, yeah, it was a great day. But Johnny died. And then at 6 o'clock, the mother comes by to pick her up. And pick him up, I mean, not her, him. And so okay, how am I going to deal with this? So I wrap Johnny up in a blanket, and I carry him to the door, and the mother's there. Oh, and I go, oh yeah, he's all tired out. You know, he had a busy day today. He had so much fun. He's sleeping now. And I go, look at him. Doesn't he look like an angel? Here, take him. He's starting to smell. And so that was it. You know, it was tragic. Yeah. It wasn't until a couple days later that Susie realized that Johnny was not going to wake up. And yeah, pretty sad story. Actually, Susie and her husband ended up breaking up a year later, and Susie went back to college. Yeah. So now my boy is 13 years old, and he hasn't had a play date in years. I don't know when the cutoff time is for play dates, but somewhere along the line, they just didn't happen anymore. And but yet, you know, there are still some parents out there who think it's really cool to arrange play dates for their teenage kids. I had a mother email me back in June to set up a play date for August, for the middle of August, with her son and my son. And at first, I'm thinking, oh, shit, now I've got to think of a good day and a good time for them to get together in the middle of August. I'm going to have to set that time aside. I won't be able to do anything on that day because it's going to be a play date, and I'm getting all stressed out about this. And I stop myself and I'm thinking, screw this. I'm not setting up a play date for my 13-year-old boy. I love my son. So when August came around, I told my boy that he actually was supposed to have a play date, and I was supposed to arrange it, and I just ignored the email. I didn't respond. And my boy just looked at me with a smile on his face, and he said, thank you, Daddy. You did me a great favor. He says, you realize the flack I would have got if I would have had a play date? My friends would have been accusing me of being gay. So anyhow, you know what? I would not make the Parent of the Year, and that's okay. I don't want that award. I'm a bad parent. I'm good with that. I'm at peace with being a bad parent because personally, I think parenting today sucks. It's way too politically correct and way too overprotective. And I don't think we're doing our kids any favors. So I'll be the bad guy here. So I say let the kids play unsupervised. Let them scrape their knees. Let them bash themselves. Let them get into fights with each other. Let them work out their own problems. And when they do come crying to us for help, ignore them. That's parenting. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was all in fun, except for the fact that I really do hate playdates, and I will never change my mind about that. But let me know what you think about playdates or parenting in general today. And if you're a child, you know, at home with your parents, how do you feel being brought up with overprotective parents and constantly being supervised with everything that you do? Or, you know, everything is organized these days. You don't just go out and do whatever. Would you like to have been a kid back in my day? No, actually you wouldn't have. We didn't have internet or Instagram or social media of any sort. But we were forced to go outside and play and fend for ourselves. And let me tell you, at times it got pretty crazy. So Leave your comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, Grassroots Vegan. No, oh, that's the old name. Sorry, Bad Daddy Vegan. I gotta get used to that. Bad Daddy Vegan.